Yeah. Congratulations, Manchester United, and congratulations to Michael Carrick for 3 consecutive wins since he was appointed as a manager. Now, I think that Manchester United have just corrected the error they made last season, in which they took a wrong decision for retiring Van Nistelrooy and appointing Ruben Amorim, even while the season was still going on. So I think that error they made last season, they just repair the error now. By what? By appointing Michael Carrick to replace Ruben Amorim, because it is that same scene or that same scenario that is manifesting here. Now let me ask, now that Michael Carrick has started giving results, same way Van Nistelrooy was giving results before he was replaced by Ruben Amorim, now Carrick has started giving results. Will United be so foolish by replacing him with another manager, even while the season is still going on, and also he's also giving results? Not that he's playing bad, he's also giving good results. Will United also replace him with another manager this very season? We all know that the answer to that question is a big no. But if you can trace it back, you will discover that it was the same mistake they made in Van Nistelrooy's case. Because the games Van Nistelrooy played, he was giving good results, he was winning, and it was only few games he drew. Because if you look at it, you will discover that Van Nistelrooy, who was the former player of United, have already started repairing the errors that Erik ten Hag, his predecessor, have committed. Because you will discover that Erik ten Hag have already lost the dressing room. So Van Nistelrooy, who was a former player, he has already started rearranging the dressing room, building momentum, meaning flowing with the players. So putting all this together, you will discover that the error they made by retiring Van Nistelrooy when he has started giving good results, when the season was still going on, they retired him and replaced him with Ruben Amorim, even in the middle of the season. And we all know that it didn't end well for United. Now let me ask, would they say made that mistake again? No! We all knew that the answer to that question is a big no. If we can open our eyes and look at it very well, you will discover that the scandal that played in which Van Nistelrooy was replaced by Ruben Amorim, that error, United have just corrected it by replacing Ruben Amorim with another legend, Michael Carrick. So now we all cannot agree to what I said in my previous video, whereby I said that United made a very big error by replacing Van Nistelrooy when the season is still going on, when he has started giving results, meaning repairing the dressing room, creating good energy, good atmosphere. United didn't allow him to end the season, but they ended up replacing him with Ruben Amorim, and Ruben Amorim ended up spoiling the legacy, the momentum that Van Nistelrooy have already started building. Ruben Amorim just came from nowhere and he destroyed it. And who is to be blamed for that? It is Manchester United. Now let's look at Carrick's profile. You will discover that the manager is 6 games unbeaten. Because if you look at it, you will discover that even as that year 2021, when he was appointed as interim to replace Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, the 3 games he played, he won 2 games. One against Villarreal in the Champions League, 2 goals to nothing, and he defeated Arsenal 3 goals to 2. The only game he drew 1-1 was against Chelsea. So those 3 games he played last season, and now coming to this season, he has managed 3 games in the Premier League, and he have won all of them woefully. So you will discover that the manager already have 6 games unbeaten run in his what? In his managerial profile. That's it. So in conclusion, coming to Michael Carrick, I will say that United should allow the manager to end the season for them. Then maybe after the season have ended, maybe at the end of the season, they can employ a manager with experience, a manager with a good profile, a manager that is in that high rank, like Jose Klopp, Carlo Ancelotti. There are other managers that are at home, a manager that have that high rank, a manager that have that high profile, like Carlo Ancelotti, Jose Klopp, and some others. And there are even rumors that United have already started scouting the current Paris Saint-Germain coach, Luis Enrique. So I think that if they can have such manager that have such profile, maybe Michael Carrick will end up being a vice to such manager in order for him to learn more in addition to what he already knew. So I think that maybe in the nearest future, he can be given the job as a full-time manager of United. So I think that that should be the best option for United. Because if you look at young managers like Michael Carrick's level that have done exploits, you will discover that most of them at first, they were formerly assistant manager. Now let's look at Zinedine Zidane, for example. Zinedine Zidane was formerly an assistant manager to Carlo Ancelotti at Real Madrid. That was where he learned before I went to go and coach Real Madrid junior team, mini Real Madrid Castilla. And also, even Mikel Arteta, he was a former assistant to Pep Guardiola. So you will discover that most of the managers that came from the academy to coach the senior team, they learned. They were formerly assistants. That's the fact.